as Rowe makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 1. Oh my God, 5 in a row. What a time to be alive, to be a Gooner. Everything is coming up roses. And as usual, I'm not ready because it doesn't give me enough time to do all the tweets that I need to do. So I do that one there to steal someone else's picture of the game. And with me this afternoon, tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's the Purple Lion himself. It's Mr. Chris Lodato, fresh out of a hole somewhere near your motorway, freeway. I don't know. You all right, Treacle?
How's it going, Danny?
Well, very, very well indeed. We're breaking records. There you go. I've caught up with it now. We're breaking records. We're looking great, and just going to check on the Spurs game, see if it's Oh, they've got the dying seconds of the Spurs game to go. Still 1-1. Liverpool, they're still 1-1. But we are magnificent. If you can hear a little bit of a tinkle there, this is Chris because he's dedicated to his art. He's not having a wee-wee. He is actually outside during a thunderstorm, and he doesn't care. Anyway, let's go and say hello to some of the beautiful bastards that are in the chat, celebrating this beautiful day to be a Gooner, right? Josh Page is there. Michael in Sweden. Twice Michael in Sweden. Lovely. Carlito El Gooner. Josh Page. I might have said Josh then, but I meant to say Josh. And lots of numbers. Formerly Noza. Daniel Gordon. Who else?
That's my boy right there.
Which one?
Daniel Gordon.
Oh, the one who was on the video you sent me.
Yes, sir. That's the man himself.
I did say hello back. I don't know if you showed him or if you'd run away by then.
Yeah, I just left him like a few minutes ago.
You should have got him to come with you. Tell him to come and say hello. You didn't want to.
No, he does. He's interested in partaking in the pod.
Give him one of your earbuds and tell him to come and join us.
I can definitely do that.
Yeah, do it. Avon Teddington is there. Who else is there? I'm not even sure how you said that. Malebra. And Stefan is there. Stefan's always there, which is good. Loki is also there. Oh, there's too many people. It's lovely to see you all. Right. A little bit of need to get that up. In case anybody's wondering, I've just done a little list of all of our previous best starts to a season. The best ever, we won the first 8, but that was in 1903. But we were in Division 2, so I don't think that counts.
Oh my God!
No, the next best one is 1947. We won the first 6, and then 1930, 2004, and 2022. We won the first 5. Now then, do you think
so? We've never done it in the Prem. Is that what you're telling me?
In the Prem, we've equaled our best record in 2004-5. Won the first 5.
All right, let's go.
And then we drew, and then we won 3 more, and then we lost. So, yes, indeed. Right, let's go and have a look at the... someone's in Brazil. Ah, hola. I'm not sure if that's say how, but I'm a Corinthians fan, and I have been since we signed Edu and Silvinho. So that's how long I've been watching Brazilian football. Oh, what a glorious day. So where are we up to? Right, lineups. What was your thought about the lineup? Before the game started, before you saw the lineups, who do you think was going to take the place of, who was it going to be? Who was going to take the place of El Neni? Because Partey's out. Zinchenko's out, who can also play in that position. So what did you think?
I personally wanted Sambi. And when I saw him, I was very pleased. I thought maybe we might play Zinchenko next to him instead of Tierney, but I was happy to see Sambi because I think Sambi could play the El Neni role and then add a little bit more to it, and I really thought that he did today as well. So I was pleased to see it, and I was pleased with the outcome.
Balogun scored again today. Scored a penalty, in case anybody was wondering. That's nice. That's lovely. So where are we up to now? Yeah, I thought the same thing. I wasn't sure whether we were going to go and play. I'd like to have seen ESR start in the 10 behind the striker, but then I thought, knowing, and he said Wenger then, knowing Arteta, he wants to stick to the same players and roughly the same kind of thing that he's doing anyway. So wasn't too disappointed with that. I think it's nearly full time in some of those other games. Spurs have drawn 1-1 at West Ham, and there's 3 minutes to go at Liverpool, and they're still 1-1. Oh, so many points ahead of our rivals. It's unbelievable. I love it.
I love it.
Let's go and have a look at the I've done the lineups. First minute, sign of things to come. Dean, I think you pronounced it, with the right knee straight into the hip of Jesus. I've actually spelt it Jaysus. For fuck's sake, here we go. And we saw it.
Jesus.
It was coming. As my mother would say, Jesus. But we knew that was going to happen. We knew that Tyrone Mings, we knew McGinn, and we knew that Kamara and Ramsey, they'd all be doing that. Getting stuck in because Aston Villa is shit and they haven't got anything. They can't deal with us.
Yeah, hard to disagree. I think that's their best course of action is to throw us off our game by being physical. And lo and behold, it didn't work because we're too technically gifted.
It failed. It failed on its fucking arse, and brilliant because I hate them. There's some really nice meets. Some of the supporters there had a banner put up that said, "We celebrate when we won, up the Arsenal." I had a picture of Richard Keys in the corner. Genius. That's Arsenal fans for you. So funny. Always
premium trolling.
Any of that lot. Third minute, Lokonga in the DM hole, already pinging balls forward. I was delighted to see that because I think he did more in the first 5 minutes, creative-wise, than El Neni has done ever. And I love El Neni. In fact, we love El Neni so much. He's got his own little, where is it? Wait for it. You all know it's coming. Boom. An El Neni Wonderland. 32 El Nenis. Go on, you look like you've got something to say about the Lokonga and his passing ability.
Well, I just love Sambi. I mean, he never hesitates to go forward. And I love that about him. He's better on the ball, in my opinion, than El Neni is as well. So, I mean, before the game started, I was like talking to Travis in the group chat, and I was like, if you just told Sambi to play the El Neni role, which is keep possession, play it safe, I think he could do that. But I also think Sambi has more to his game, and I think that really showed today because Sambi is not afraid to pass forward. He can beat a man with the ball, and today, I gotta say, I mean, I wouldn't even consider El Neni after this. Even if El Neni's fit for United, I would not play him. I would play Sambi again because I did not. I mean, I could be wrong because the stream at the bar I was watching was kind of spotty, to be honest. But I didn't see him put a foot wrong, and progressively, he's just worlds better, in my opinion.
This is why Arteta wanted him and why Arteta bought him because he's a decent young man. Oh my God, someone's given us some money. Wow, that's a long time. Jamie. Dare I say it, Arsenal are back and so am I. It's God. It has been where have you been? I mean, I've even started listening to football podcasts again. That's it's just a wonderful thing. I'm just having a look-see because I'm trying to read my notes and do all of this lot. So, Jamie, thank you very much. That will go down Chris's pants. Not like this, Chris. The other Chris the Pirate. So where am I?
Special pants, special card pants.
It is at 4th minute. I made so many notes in the first 15 minutes. It was almost chaotic on their behalf. 4th minute, Chris Lokonga leaving an elbow in McGinn's face. Great, fuck that C word. Oh, that was a beautiful thing. I hate that scrawny face, big-eared, boogie-eyed, absolute shitbag. I fucking hate
Totally agree. Could not agree more.
Good. Yeah, so that was lovely to see. And that was, again, like you were saying, that was a sign of things to come because it was obvious we weren't going to take any of their shit throughout the game. And I think at one point they even gave up trying to foul us because it wasn't doing them any good. Then 6th minute, Saka was running into the area and he leant into his man and fell over. Did you see that? Because I thought, penalty. And then you see it again. And I won't tell you what I thought. What did you think?
Well, I thought that he did lean into the guy. It was Tyrone Mings, and he hooked around Saka, and literally, it was one arm, lifted Saka off the ground. And his feet left the ground, and Saka put his hands up, like, what am I supposed to do here? And the ref didn't call anything, and then VAR looked at it, and then there was nothing. I'm like, for me, that's a clear pen. I thought it was a clear penalty. I really did.
I don't remember seeing him lift it up, but I was doing many things at once. So I was making lots of notes. I thought, I think they only showed one replay. I was watching South African TV, and they showed one replay, and from that angle, it looked like. Actually, yeah, I noticed that his legs come off the air, but I didn't know his legs came off the floor, but I didn't see how his legs came off the floor.
He picked him up off the ground.
Scumbag, you're not allowed to do that.
Next one we're up that's to, what I'm saying.
8th minute, McGinn goes in on White and brings him down again straight away. McGinn. I'm surprised Xhaka wasn't actually set on McGinn, because Xhaka wouldn't have taken any of that shit. Xhaka has been so un-Xhaka-like this season, hasn't he?
Absolutely. The fact that we've played him more progressively, I think, has really taken the error proneness out of his game, and he's more comfortable to do what he's usually good at. And it's great to see, to be honest. He's almost reborn.
Yeah, just reading some of your comments there. Lovely. I can't read them all. Right, where are we up to now? 9th minute. From the free kick, Odegaard takes it quickly. And did you see he lobs? I think he lifts it over. Or was that later on that he did that? But yeah, I've put drops down to Jesus, and he has 2 men in front of him, and Martinez rushing at him, and it goes out for a corner. I thought that you can't give Arsenal any amount of time on the ball, because they will just turn you inside out with quick stuff like that. Even when they're trying to foul us, they're sliding and trying to foul us. We're keeping the ball, moving them, taking a step back. They go by, and then we carry on with it. It's beautiful to see. At no point today did I think we were going to lose that game.
It really is.
In fact, I was expecting Saka to score. I just imagine that place would have gone absolutely mental if Saka would have scored. Oh, it would have been beautiful.
Absolutely.
So what was the atmosphere like in the pub? How many of you were there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, have you stuck? Oh,
it was positive.
What? Say that again? Oh dear. If he has a thunderstorm, it isn't going to... Oh, there he goes. He's sideways on. No, can't see you. Anyway, what point are we up to in the game now? 10th minute, lots of jumping and headers and defending and drop balls to Gabriel, who has a really good shot. And then I put after that, Martinez has made 5 saves already. Magnificent. 5 great saves. Great saves or lucky saves? I don't know. Oh, we've had someone follow us on Twitch. Akami Shanks, thank you very much. 3 hours ago. Oh, well, I've missed that one, haven't I? He's gone. He'll probably had himself. He said he's going to go inside if the Wi-Fi outside doesn't work. So nobody panic. It'll be okay. 12th minute. Ramsey fouls Martinelli with a 2-footed. Here he goes. He's back now.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
Don't worry about it. We're just up to the 12th minute where Ramsey fouls Martinelli with a 2-footed slide to get the ball and finally gets a fucking yellow. After 12 minutes, they've had 5 fouls on us. Absolute piss take.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can see what their game plan was, and it was definitely to get stuck in and try to throw us off of our game. It did not work at all. But, yeah, I mean, what can you say? I can't blame them because we have better players than they do, and that's their only course of action. So
it's the only thing they can do to try and beat us. I think this could be our very own Walrus. Who's the handsome MF on the right? How dare you? How dare you, Mr. Walrus? The Irish Beast says, come on, the Gunners. Of the first 6 games we play, I want to beat Man United more than the other 5. Yeah. Do you think we've got a good chance against them next week?
I really do. I mean, they looked good against Liverpool, but also, to be honest, like Liverpool haven't looked like Liverpool. So, and when you looked at Liverpool's team in the game they played against United, I mean, if they play that team against us, I definitely fancy us big time. So, I don't know. Liverpool look like a different team this year. They look like they're gassed. They look like age is catching up to them, and I'm not saying we're going to do incredible things this season, but I would definitely say the future's bright, and we're taking baby steps to bring the club forward.
Yeah, we are a little bit at a time, and it's working. I'm watching the Liverpool game on the other monitor. It's 95th minute, 5 minutes of injury time.
I gotta relocate too because it's starting to rain. But I'm not going anywhere. Just come along with me through my house.
Where are we up to now? I've got so many screens going on here. Right, 15th minute. Great work from Odegaard through to Jesus. And he has a shot blocked and then another 2 quick shots. Martinez tonight was definitely earned his wages. So he got a 7.5 rating. And if I look at the compare him and Ramsdale, how many shots did they save? He made 6 saves and a claim. I'm not quite sure what a claim is. Yeah, he made 6 saves. Parried save 3, collected 2, total save 6, parried danger. That sounds a lot more dangerous than I bet it actually is. Is the Liverpool game over yet? No, they're in the bloody 7th minute of injury time. They're only meant to play 5. This is unacceptable. Not having it. Rudy has put a quote in there for us. Arteta on quickly responding to conceding. This is the mentality we want to show. Giving away the ball, conceding. If it happens in football, but it's about the next moments. That's very true. Witty remark on Twitch. Harder to be sent off when you're not the last man defensively. Finally, Xhaka is playing in a role that suits him. And he's got other people behind him, and then he's not being the last man, like he was saying in the documentary. What do you want me to do? Let him through on goal in that Liverpool game. He said, blame me, everybody. Just blame me. It'll be fine. We are in. Our Liverpool have got a 98th minute corner. Oh. Fuck me. You absolute fucks. Liverpool have scored a 98th minute goal after 5 minutes of injury time. Bullshit. We can't hear you, Chris. Have you muted yourself? Oh, no. He's not upset him now. Rudy says the most difficult thing in football is scoring goals. We had some big chances. We didn't score. I think Martinelli's goal was really difficult technique. Where I think we're getting much better at it. Oh, it's kicking off at Liverpool. Oh, they're going mad at each other. God, you've got to be so pissed off at that. Oh, God, scroll all the way down. What are you lot saying about it? Wally saying, apparently lots of Newcastle time wasting. Yeah, that's unlike them, is it? DT247 says, Xhaka is similar to David Luiz, great, but don't want him as the last man. That's very true. Michael says, I'm a bit torn. I want Isaac to do well, but I don't want Newcastle to do it. Oh, yeah, Chris is back. Rudy says, you have to deal with what you've got on the day. We will try to give opportunities to everyone. Oh, there's a first part to that I've missed. DT says, ref playing the game until Liverpool won. Unbelievable. So annoying. Absolute scumbags. That's really whelming. It doesn't matter. They're 7 points behind us. BX says, Danny, you got Puerto Rico in the house. Carlito and Mr. are the only 2 PR gooners I know. Oh, well, that's very good. Chris is having trouble. American internet. Absolute shambles. Well, I'm not going to watch these fucks celebrate. Get fucked. Go away. Horrible, horrible team. So where are we up to now? 16th minute. Saka takes out McGinn. Brilliant so far. Yeah, loving it. I'm loving seeing McGinn getting an absolute kick in. 16th minute. Kamara blocks Jesus from making another break. Over and over again they were doing that. And I've got some stats here. After the 20th minute, 8 shots, 6% possession and 102 passes. So that is 20 passes a minute. That's not right, is it? 102. That's nearly 2,000 passes per minute. Amazing stuff. 22nd minute. Great work done by Odegaard to Xhaka, who shrugs off his man and crosses the ball to Saka, who should have scored, but he fluffed it. That little bit of work there, people, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Xhaka running through the midfield. The bloke's on him and he just goes, get off me. Carries on going. That happened quite a few times today, which I saw. Our players, rather than going down, how long ago would it have been when Martinelli or Saka or any of the kids out there playing would have had someone on them that this person would have got the ball off them and then they'd have fallen over? No, they're all strong as oxes now, going along, taking everyone with them, doing wonders. and lots of numbers. Andre Mariner should have retired long ago. Is he the referee? Absolute shit. Avon says, Sambi got a lovely elbow into him again. Can't hear you, Chris. No, can't hear you. Kalito says, Chris, your Wi-Fi is super slow. Yes. Daniel Gordon. Dan, you're going to go around here and sort him out. Where's the celebration, please, for Klopp? No, there won't be any. No, still can't hear you. Avon says, Liverpool over-celebrating there. What a disgrace. Noza says, where's the celebration, please? It is. Right, where are we up to on the next notes that I'm up to? I think we're up to the Arsenal goal. Oh, should we wait for Chris to get back before we do the Arsenal goal? Talk amongst yourselves, because we only scored 2 tonight. While I'm waiting around doing nothing, I'm going to go and give it a little tweety poo, see how that gets on. And then I'm waiting for the league table to update so I can get a screen grab and I can share it with everybody. Can't believe they got that last pissing minute. There you go. Man United haven't played Leicester. When are they playing each other? Oh, the only Thursday night game, 8 o'clock. That's going to be a slobber knocker for you. It's going to do a little print screen there. And then I'm going to go and do this. And I'm going to save a picture of it. Of the top of the Premier League table. 5 out of 5. 15 points out of 15. Oh, it's wonderful. Never thought I'd see the day where Arsenal were good again. There you go. Good. Right, now I'm going to save that. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen and we can all look at it together and we can do a jolly little dance. Go on. Off you pop. Right. All right, some pictures from the game as well. There's before the game. There's Mike and Nick standing there having a chat. Mike is very, very short. I would have thought he'd have been a bit bigger, but he isn't. There's Nick at the game. Oh, look at those eyes. He is sat in our Femi's seat. Lovely. It's nice for Nick to be there when it's a really good game. Got a picture here after probably after Jesus scored, I should think that is. Look at them. They're all having an absolute moan. Where is the league table? Oh, here it is. Bring it up. Show you the league table. You're a scumbag, aren't you? Where's the league table gone and saved? I've got no idea where it saved it to. For God's sake, StreamYard. You do my absolute head in. Where else is it going to save it to? Ain't got time for any of this nonsense, right? Let's go back to see what you're saying. And lots of numbers. When Danny goes full screen, I get chills down my spine. How dare you? Daniel is there. He says, I'm going to go and sort him out. Tighten up, Chris. Very, very sad times. Where are we up to? BX says, top of the damn table, fellas. Oh, is Chris there again? Doesn't seem like it. Rudy Rastos, Douglas provided a moment of magic, and to be level with Arsenal at a latter stages is good. Yeah, for them it is, but they were just utter shit. Pete Tomlin, shout out to Lokonga, easily reminded me as we really do have a backup to our backup DM. That doesn't scan properly, Peter. Oh, Data is back. I said I've always support the manager, but I was very annoyed at him. But I didn't say I wanted him sacked, I don't think. I don't remember what I said in the last show, and that was only 2 hours ago. Pete, we are top of the league and screw our sad rivals. Kevin says, top of the league, top of the league, top. There's a pattern forming there. Phil, calm down. Mr. Waffles, 5 wins in 5, top of the league. The haters can get stuffed. They can. Carlito, I didn't recall us conceding a set-piece goal this season. It doesn't really count. It's a fluke. And on the commentary I was watching, the woman said, we scored straight from a corner against Bolton. She fucking jinxed it. Then went and scored against us, straight from a corner. Unbelievable scenes. So where are we up to now? 30th minute. We're going to do the goal. Chris doesn't look like he's coming back. Kieran Tierney to Martinelli down the... I've put right wing here. It's not. It's left wing. Good, I'll edit this as I go along. Down the left wing, he slices it. No, he passes it to Xhaka, who has a shot which Martinez parries out to Jesus, who is just waiting to put it away. Bish, bash, bosh, slips it in, 1-0. Anybody else notice that the camera work on the show tonight, on the TV was shit tonight? I was just, after that goal, there was 3 or 4 times tonight where they've decided during a set piece just to go off and look at something else. Oh, Chris is back. To go and look at something else. Oh, no, I've unmuted you there. And then you come back and they missed the quick Odegaard free kick, and then they missed the celebrations after the goal. 4 times they did that in the first half now. Can you hear me, Chris? Hold on. I'm trying to unmute you. You can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. Oh, no. Sad times. Right, we're down to finish the first goal. 37th minute, Martinez and Mings fuck up. This was hilarious. And again, they didn't show it live as it was happening because the camera's too busy pointing somewhere else. Unacceptable. And yeah, they fucked up and Saka ran in on them. And then they started arguing with each other. And then they kicked the ball out and then they carried on arguing for the next few minutes. That sums up Aston Villa for me. I used to like Aston Villa. Now I can't stand them. I don't like the manager. I don't like Martinez. I don't like Mings. I don't like McGinn. That Danny Ings looks like he could be trouble. I don't like Ramsey. It's loads of them I don't like. Hopefully they're going to get relegated because they're shit. 38th minute, Odegaard booked, pulled down Watkins from behind. Now, people, how many times were our players fouled, pushed, shoved, and two-footed, and nothing gets done? And then as soon as Odegaard grabs the bloke's shirt and pulls him a little bit, he gets booked for it. Fucking bullshit. Where's other Chris tonight watching French League instead? I don't know. None of them are watching this, otherwise they'd offer to come on, but they won't because they're scumbags. Avon Not Teddington says the Aston Villa goal should have been ruled out. Ramsdale was being held on the line. Yeah, they showed that a couple of times. And I think Ramsdale was being very naive with that because he noticed for the corner in the second, near the end of the first half, Kieran Tierney was running up to the goalkeeper and he was shepherding people away from Ramsdale, and they nearly scored from that corner as well. So I think they've learned a lesson there. Don't just leave Ramsdale on his own to try and defend the goal because he's young and a little bit naive. And Watkins was all over him from behind, stopped him, and then at the last minute, Ramsdale decided to fall over and go, "Oh, he's pushed me, sir." No, bad goalkeeping. Oh, have we got him? No, we've got him in 2 different streams. Get rid of that one. Add that one. See if this one's working. What are you saying in there? Sai says, Danny, do you save your match notes? No, I delete them after every game because I've only got a notepad, but it's got all the podcast links and stuff on there, so I can't keep them all. I could put it in the YouTube comments if anybody would want. No, because my spelling mistakes and saying Martinelli and Kieran Tierney down the right wing, absolute nonsense. BX says, put them away, 100%, beat them mentally. They were quivering. Stefan, someone should have been in front of Ramsdale. Yep, we've learnt that in the second half. Colo's used cars. Liverpool will look back at that goal.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, hear me now. Yes, I can. But I can't see you.
No picture, though, right?
No picture.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Danny. I'm really sorry about that. I think I have the same internet service as the pub that we were watching at, and it was buffering the entire night. So I have a feeling there's something going on with Spectrum service.
That's okay. At least we can hear you. What did you think about the goal? I've just gone past the goal. I'd given up hope that you're ever going to come back, but you're there.
So
tell us
sorry.
what happened. Tell us about the goal and what you lot did in there. How many Gooners are in the pub you were in?
Well, it's a Wednesday midday, so there's probably about 12 of us. Normally, like so far this season, we've had about 40, 50, sometimes even 60 guys there. But you're talking about the first goal, right? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I lost you for a while.
That's okay. I covered. I just talk nonsense.
Yeah, I mean the place erupted. We saw it coming. We felt it coming. We should have scored prior to that even, but when we finally got it, we were all ecstatic. Needless to say.
It was one. We all jumping up and down, throwing beer at each other and hugging each other.
No, but there was a lot of very hefty high fives going around. That's for sure because it was a bit early.
Was it just loads of dude? I know what you lot are like. I've seen Bill and Ted. I know what you lot get up to. So now we're in the coming towards the end of the first half. As I said, Odegaard got booked for pulling down Watkins. And how pissing annoying is that when their players have been kicking and shoving and fouling our players all game and Odegaard just pulls his shirt and then he gets a booking for it. Bullshit, wasn't it?
Absolutely annoying. Yeah, that ref, he was pissing me off all night, to be honest with you. I mean, he was very inconsistent, to say the least.
Yeah, scumbag. There we go. 40th minute. Jesus double fouled, for fuck's sake. I think one of them got him. It might have been, who was it? Ramsey got him, and then he ran off, and then McGinn got him. And so, luckily for McGinn, the foul went down as one by Ramsey. But you see in the replay, 2 fouls, one after the other. No one got booked. Just managed to get a free kick for it. Fucking arseholes.
Yeah, there was a few incidents like that.
There was. 44th minute. Great work by Odegaard. This is the one where he lifts it over the defence. I didn't think it was that early. He gets the ball on the edge of their box and he lifts the ball over the whole of their defence and using the powers of magic and magnets and fire, drops it down onto the feet of an on-running Jesus who was tackled and Saka had the chance to score. What do you think is happening with Saka this season? Are you worried, or do you think, like most other normal people, it's a matter of time until it will come good? He's not really had a bad game, has he?
No, I agree, and I definitely side with the latter stance. It's going to come eventually. I mean, he's always in the right place at the right time for the most part. I think once he takes his chance, it'll be fine. I'm honestly not worried at all. He looked actually really, really good in this game. He was beating guys left and right, and he was just dangerous, flat out dangerous. So I'm not worried at all. It'll come. It
will indeed. I found out what I did with the league table. I'd saved it to the Sunday roast. Schoolboy error. I'm going to go and bring up the league table because it's going to make us happy, something to see. Here we go. It's in the right place. Gird your loins, people. Boom. League table there, Chris. Arsenal top, 15 out of 15. And who else did somebody... There was 4 teams unbeaten. Newcastle losing tonight means there's now only 3 teams unbeaten in the league. Arsenal, Man City and Spurs. So Arsenal got the most number of points. I think we have got the second best goal difference. No, the second best number of goals conceded. Goal difference, we have got the second best goals. It doesn't matter.
So Liverpool came back and won, huh?
Yeah, it was 5 minutes of injury time. They scored in the 98th minute. They took a corner. God. There was a scuffle in the box, and then someone managed to head it up and over the goalkeeper, and they got absolute bullshit.
Figures.
And where is the like this pictures? Where's Richard Keys there? The celebration police. Right, let's move on a little bit. So. That was coming up to the end of just at the end of the first half. Xhaka lays it off for Martinelli, who goes, oi, I'm having a slice of this. And then spanks it in from 35 yards, maybe 40 yards. I don't know. I can't count. And a great save by Martinez. I'll just put, wow. If that had gone in, game over. They'd have crumbled after that.
Absolutely. It was such a great strike. It was absolutely going to be under the bar. It was almost complete upper 90. But, it was a good save for Martinez. I really don't want to give him any compliments, but it really was a good save.
Your internet's breaking up now. You're getting crackly. Right, on to the second half, 47th minute. I'd just eaten an entire chicken pie, apart from the crusts, because my teeth will break. I'd eaten that in 15 minutes and burnt my tongue. I was in a hurry to get back. 47th minute, come back. Saliba booked for pulling Watkins back. Amazing, considering how many fouls Aston Villa have made. That is twice now. We've had a player booked for shirt pulling, but you can go and 2-foot people. You can go and pull people over. Double foul someone and you're not going to get booked. Doesn't matter, though, because we're the Arsenal, and we carried on going, and we showed them how to play football, didn't we, Chris?
Yeah, we really did. It does feel like whenever we make a foul, the officials have to referee by the book. And then whenever fouls are occurred against us, it's kind of up to their discretion. And it drives me absolutely nuts. And I'm not one to say, conspiracy theories and whatnot, but it really does feel that way sometimes.
Let's have a little look in the chat. There's quite a few comments about Saka. Joe Madeira says Saka needs to step up, otherwise his lack of end product will get us eventually. And lots of numbers. Saka was much better tonight than the last couple. BX. Saka's socks looked like Swiss cheese. Big calves. Rob says Saka is still a threat, but the threat is spread around the front line. So now he looks worse than he actually is. But then, Chris, you've got playing at right back. You've got Ben White, who's not really known for his attacking abilities, is he? Now, Tomiyasu, when he plays there, we saw him last season. Some of his attacking threat up the right hand side was fantastic. But if Saka's got no one behind him, then he's going to have to wait for balls to come from the middle of the pitch out wide before he can do anything. And if you're in the middle of the pitch, then you can either go left to Martinelli or you can go right to Saka. So he hasn't got anything building up behind him, has he? It's just a matter of time until we get Tomiyasu playing at right back a little bit more. Then I think that's when we're going to get the best out of Saka. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I actually agree. It was one of my biggest pet peeves with Pepe before I realized he was a total stinker. And I mean, I don't know. It definitely would help. Saka, regardless of that, was still very good today. He was beating guys left and right. He was getting in situations where he did not deserve to get in. Like he was doing really well. But I can't disagree. I mean, if he has a little backup in that area, it's going to do nothing but help him. And Tomiyasu did get forward quite a bit when he came in. So, I mean, it can only do anything but help. But yeah, I totally agree. He's kind of on his own on the right side. He doesn't have the link-up play like Martinelli does with Jesus on the left, and he's just got so much more to do. So I'm far from writing him off. I think he's definitely a guaranteed starter regardless.
Good. Can you go out and then come back in again because your audio's crackly and that's going to be annoying for the people at home having a poo.
No
Orange Hazard 19, listening from Brisbane, Australia. Nice to see Tommy back. We've also got Kieran. She is in Jamaica. Oh, of course, she's in Jamaica. I know that. Enough love. Daniel Gordon, your mate, says you're not here, so you can't hear me say this, but never mind. 151 seconds after the goal. That is 3 times this season they have scored, and we have gone and scored right after. Fantastic. Dejan says Man United next. Steph says Saka is nearly there. He is. Give it time. He'll pull it through. He's only 20. Jeez. Peter says systematically cheating by officials as per the Dalek knows. He does. Say something, Chris.
Yeah.
There you go. No crackling.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can, but I don't even have my earbuds in. For some reason, I'm having serious technical difficulties right now. As you can see, there's no camera.
No.
My earbuds keep disconnecting every time I join back in. I have to reconnect my earbuds.
Absolutely shocking. Here's another name I don't recognise. Jacquin. How do you say that? I'm sure. Jacquin? It's not Jacquin. Says, what a quality win. I'm happy to see the character of the team and the belief they have to turn things around regardless of any setback onto United. Exactly right. That's just... here he is. Stan, 3 points in the bag. You could have been here, Stan. You could be saving us, but no, you went to the pub. You let me down, Stan. You made me sad. Let me know, Chris, when you can hear me or any update on your technical situation.
I can hear you. Can you hear me again?
I can. You can hear me. Oh, it's delightful.
Yeah, I can. I'm not even kidding. I've been like 20 feet from my Wi-Fi router this entire time. So I don't know what's going on with Spectrum in this area, but it's been an issue. It was an issue watching the game at the pub. It's clearly an issue right now. I can't apologize enough. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Jacquin says I got his name right. Fucking hell. That is the first time I got someone's name that with, I thought it might have been Joaquin or something like that. Anyway, nice to have you, Jacquin. If you are new and you like what we're doing, usually we don't have someone in a darkened room with all the lights off, which it looks like that's where Chris is. Normally I've got someone else there with me and you can hear them and see them perfectly. But this is he doesn't have a computer. Bless. If anyone wants to buy him a computer, send him $1,000 and he'll get one, and then he'll have internet and everything. It'll be wonderful. Yeah, so if you like what we're doing here, go and give it a thumbs up, and then maybe subscribe if you like it. There's more. With this month alone, we'll have done 23 Arsenal shows of one sort or another. The main podcast will be back tomorrow, Thursday, and it'll be Chris and 2 other people, and they'll be covering. We're waiting to do it on a Thursday because we're going to do the Fulham game and the Aston Villa game and a little bit of transfer stuff. So I don't think I'll be doing any transfer shows tomorrow. Unless we sign someone, then I might jump on and do something. Stan, if you're there, you can come on. We've only got maybe 20 minutes to go. Righto, so where are we up to now? Here we go, 67th minute. A round of applause for everybody. McGinn late tackle on Saka and then gets booked and then goes in on Odegaard, another double foul and finally gets booked. I actually gave that a round of applause, Chris. 67 minutes into the game before that, goggle-eyed little gremlin, the kind of thing that when you're digging holes in the road that you go and see, you dig up, little pricks like him finally gets booked. Horrible player, horrible attitude, horrible way of playing. That's the kind of players that we used to have to rely on. Not anymore. What did you think? Did you shout at the screen?
Absolutely. I mean, he was the talk of the pub. He really was. I mean, everybody just loathes that guy's face. Let alone his play, but just his face. He's got a Richarlison type of face. You just can't help but hate the guy. And you want nothing but bad things to happen to him.
No, that sounds about right. Yes, make sure that's working on there. Good. Right, the next bit... where are we up to? 70th minute, 18 shots at goal. Unbelievable. There we go. Time for some sadness. 74th minute. The woman in the commentary says, he's only just scored against Bolton in the League Cup. Then he takes the corner. Douglas Luiz scores from a corner. Kamara is blocking Ramsdale. What did you think about that? Was it a foul on the goalkeeper?
I thought it was textbook impeding the goalkeeper. I mean, he's got underhooks from behind his back, holding Ramsdale. You actually see Ramsdale leave the ground to try to stop the ball, and the guy's totally blocking his path. And then apparently it went to VAR, and they were like, oh, no problem here. That's a goal. And everybody in the pub was completely beside themselves. It was a clear foul. I have no idea how they think that's okay. And great Olympico. I'll give the guy props. I mean, it was a good corner, but, you're taking that as if there's no keeper in the goal. I mean, Ramsdale would have got there if he wasn't being grabbed.
Yeah, it is a bit of a skill, and I think they were saying on his social media he was been doing videos of how good he is at doing it. So he should really have been aware of that. And I was saying, I don't know if you were here or whether you disappeared, that later on in the game they had another corner, and this time Tierney was up protecting Ramsdale from any of the players around him. He was shoving them out of the way or pushing them gently out of the way. And I think they made a little bit of a circle around him so that he couldn't get fouled, shoved. Again like that. So that was good to see. They learnt their lesson. But that's something I think our set piece coach might want to have a word with him about. But I did say before the game started that Ramsdale will make one error, and that was his one error. And we can cope with one error because we're good enough to get over it. So 77th minute, Martinelli down the left wing, crosses it to the right for Tommy. He passes it to Saka, who launches it back to the far post. And for Martinelli to score, absolutely amazing. I was clapping like an angry badger. I don't know if they clap, but yeah. What's your thoughts on that goal? Fantastic.
Oh, I mean, I just love the quick responses that we've had, and to see him score again, it just could not make me happier. Especially with the left foot, just a deft touch, put it up in the roof of the net. It was just absolutely beautiful. And after watching what I thought was a foul on Ramsdale for the previous goal, it just made me ecstatic because, you get a little worried it's 1-1, and then we come back like, boom, and we take the lead again. I was over the moon. And I love Martinelli. He's like one of my favorite players on the team right now. So, and he's in my fantasy team. So, yeah, just fantastic.
Your mate Daniel says, oh my bad, we scored 151 seconds after this, but we are scoring after our opponents. That is such a breath of fresh air. Wise words from your mate there. Is he always this wise?
Totally agree.
Should have got him on rather than you.
You should. He might have better Wi-Fi.
Pete Coulson has a question. Why am I irritated by 3 points? We should have buried Villa tonight. Is it the constant fouling of our players going unchecked or the injuries that have come out of nowhere? Tell me to be happy. Has he got a reason to be a little bit disgruntled there? Because often we saw this in previous years with Arsenal. They'll scrape win, and then we'll have a bit of bad luck and we'll get a draw or a loss because we don't make the most of our chances, do we? And we don't want to see that start happening again.
I think it's a really fair point, to be honest. I mean, even last game, we barely got through that one. But at the same time, we were seeing games like this last season where we wouldn't even get a result. It would be maybe a draw or we would lose. We would be the better team throughout the entire game, and we just wouldn't take our chances. And at least now it's nice to see that even though we're clearly the better team, we're still getting the 3 points at the end of it. So I would definitely say he has a great point there, but at the same time, we're still getting the results that we want in the end. So, I mean, against better teams, it may not happen. We don't know because we haven't played, a Chelsea or a Man City or a Liverpool yet, but who knows? I mean, if we can just stay consistent, I think that these chances will eventually turn into goals. And you really can't ask for anything more. I think we're on the right track at the very least. So I'll put it that way.
I agree. My 80th minute, ESR on for Odegaard. Odegaard is still struggling from that kick from McGinn. And we did see just a little bit before Odegaard went off, over on the far side of the pitch, it tried to keep the ball in. I think he volleyed it a little bit, then took it over the player's head and then caught it back down again. Then it went out for a throw-in. And then he came off straight after that. Are you worried about the how much attention that Odegaard is getting from opposition players because they see him as such a massive threat for us?
I mean, I'm not too worried. It's something you need to expect, really, because the guy's just so good on the ball, and he creates so many chances. I mean, teams are eventually going to start to key in on your primetime players, but honestly, we have a lot of creative players up top, and I think we can just shift, especially when Zinchenko comes back. It's going to be another dynamic they need to worry about, and I'm really not worried. I think that we have a lot of creativity to go around right now, and there's some that we haven't seen in players like Fabio, Vieira, and even ESR, who's not as creative passing-wise, but he can carry. He's good at 1-2s. I mean, there's so many guys on our team that you have to worry about in different ways. We have a lot of different ways to attack people.
That is true. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. He's got the ability to take the ball away from other people so that he doesn't get kicked all the time. Then we saw a bit of a worrying in this. In the 81st minute, the cameras again fucked off somewhere. We don't know what they're looking at. And then it goes back to Ramsdale, who's sitting down, and he holds the back of his right thigh. And you could see him feeling it, and then he made a very, very loud "fuck." But then our physio came on, gave him a bit of a rub with a magic sponge, whispered something magical in his ear, and then he got up and he shook it off and carried on going. I don't suppose you saw what was the cause of that, did you?
I did not catch that, actually. I saw the aftermath, and I was very worried because I did not want to see Matt Turner come in. But I'm glad that he was able to carry on and continue and finish the game. But yeah, I saw the aftermath. I did not see the actual contact.
Waffle says, I'm convinced people only see half my comments because of my potty mouth. Waffles, there's not. Oh, well, I've got it on top chat. Let me change it to live chat. No, I'm not seeing anybody need any moderation at all, which is good. Well done, everybody. Formerly Noza says, more worried about Odegaard leaving in not too distant future. We don't think about that, Noza. Rudy says, Arteta said Odegaard has a swollen ankle. Not sure if this is something serious. Hopefully not. Where are we down to? Loki says, thumbs up, peeps. It is free. Well, it is free. Costs us 250 quid a year, but I pay for that. Don't worry. Actually, we got 51 quid off of YouTube recently. That was not bad for 6 months' work. Thank you very much, YouTube. They did take 50% of the money because they're scumbags. Avon says, Odegaard took a nasty one on the ankle from McGinn. Wouldn't be surprised if he isn't available for United. That is a little bit worrying. Daniel Gordon, Americans do make good keepers, though. What's your thoughts on Turner? Have you seen him play? Because you do go and watch the Orlando Magic. I can't remember what you're called, really.
Orlando City Lions.
The Orlando City. You go and watch a lot of MLS. Have you seen him play? And how would you rate him compared to some of our previous goalkeepers in recent years?
I'm going to be honest with you, Danny. I literally only watch Orlando City. So I can't tell you anything about this guy. I don't follow any other teams. I just watch Orlando City. And, the way that we've been doing with our scouting and whatnot, I'm not really, I think he'll be fine. I think everybody that we brought in recently is good. And if they think he's good enough, then I trust him.
Lovely. People saying it might be a tight hamstring for Ramsdale. Pete Colson has a question. Massive game on Sunday. Would you start the same team? Are you confident? We have been here before, says the shit monkeys on my shoulder. How worried are you about Sunday?
Let me think. I would definitely hope to see Zinchenko. That would be one key player that I really would like to see come in. And I think that he will be healthy based on what they've been saying about him. But other than that, I would start the exact same team barring Tierney, really. I wouldn't even – I think Partey's going to be out for a couple games, so we won't see him. I would play Lokonga over El Neni. I really would. And other than that, I wouldn't change anything.
Are you going to the game tonight, the Orlando game?
No, I'm not. I would like to, but I got to work tomorrow, and we're in the Open Cup final, which is our chance at our first trophy since we've been in MLS. So that's next Wednesday, and I already got tickets, so I'm just going to save myself for that one.
Who are you playing?
We're playing Sacramento FC, which is a USL team. They're like the championship league of the MLS.
I know what that is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we really should. So I took off Wednesday and Thursday so I can go to the game Wednesday and be hungover Thursday.
Excellent. Right, here we go. 86th minute, coming to the end of the game, people. Holding an Eddie on for Jesus and Saka. Now playing a 5-1-3-1 formation. 3 times I've counted that. 5, 8, 9, 10. First time I did that formation, we had 11 outfield players. I had to edit that. Wonderful tactics by Arteta as usual. Could see things were getting a little bit dodgy. We knew that they brought on Danny Ings and they were going to start going long ball. And he goes, right, Big Bob, on you get, son. 5 at the back. Shut this game down. Perfect. Wonderful management again by Arteta, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all in now. I had questions last season, but this guy knows his team. He knows his players. He knows exactly what to do. I am Team Arteta 100% of the way. I'm comfortable now in every decision he makes. I really am. The guy last season I had questions. And you can ask Travis in the chat. I was a broken record at times, but now I feel so comfortable, and everybody that he's bringing in seems to fit in seamlessly, and his substitutions have gotten better. And even throughout the beginning of the season, there were games that we were winning and we had to lock it down, and we'd pull off Zinchenko and bring on Tierney. And I think Tierney's better than Zinchenko defensively. And I think it's a great move. And I think this is another great substitution. I really do. And Eddie needs as many minutes as possible. So it's a win-win, really.
Lovely. The pawn bots are here. If anybody wants the pawn bots, go and make the most of it. You're very late, pawn bots. Where have you been? You've missed 53 minutes of the show. Unacceptable. So... Then, one of my favourite bits of the did you stay for the whole game? You did, didn't you?
You mean the whole 90 minutes? Yeah, I did.
How good was Eddie? I've got here 3 times he got the ball on the break, and he would have been him against 2 defenders. He runs off a little bit, takes it towards the touchline, holds it, passes it back. Then they spend the next 5 minutes doing that, and 3 times for a bloke who is hungry for a goal, prove that he can score. He goes and does that and starts just doing it to waste time and kill the game. That is so grown up of Eddie, wasn't it?
It's very mature, and I loved it. And even after he did that, he had a chance. He was running in behind again, and he could have played into the right. He could have played into the left. And you know what? He had a crack on his own. And I was like, I'm not mad at that at all. The guy wants a goal. He's doing – I love it. I think it's great.
ABW's Nick is in the chat. He's going to get murdered tonight because he's in London. So everybody say goodbye to Nick. It's the last time we're ever going to see him. Next time we see him, it will be reports of some bloke from Norwich. His organs were found in a skip in North London. So, Nick, it's been fun. Thank you very much. And good luck, because you're going to need it. And don't talk to any strangers, because they will chop you up. Great work by Eddie. And I think that's it. That's all of it. If people are late or they didn't hear it at the beginning, our best start to a season was 8 straight wins, but that was in Division 2. And then our next best start to the season was 6 straight wins in 1947-48. And then we've had 2 more seasons where we've won the first 5 games of the season, 30-31, and the season after the Invincibles. And we all know where that run of being invincible ended, at Old Trafford in the league. Well, that's where we are next week. Does that worry you?
Man United? No, not at all. Really, they don't. I'll be honest. They don't worry me at all. I think they're a fucking shit show. Sorry, excuse my language.
Don't worry about that.
Apparently, they don't worry me at all. They're unorganized, and I really think that if we get Zinchenko back, I'm not worried at all.
Jota Ortiz says, credit to Arteta. He has had to deal with tinkering the winning formula because of injuries. Sambi stepped up. Tomiyasu looking solid, and Eddie showing real hunger up the Arsenal. Jota, well put, sir. That sums it up perfectly. So we had a quote here from Rudy. It says, Mikel Arteta, as I always said, I think there is a lot of things we have to improve, and you could see that in the second half. But the way we played in the first half, the amount of chances, how we dominate, how dominant we were, the energy we played with, it's really pleasing as a coach. Cheers, Rudy, as always. Wonderful to see. And so... Phil says, have you made so many notes? I did slow down. I got carried away with the notes in the first half. Daniel says, hey, Danny, got Femi out to Orlando CSC. What does that mean? OCSC.
Yeah, Orlando City FC. So I don't know. I'm sure, Femi's on the pod all the time. And I run the Orlando Gunner's Twitter page, and he hit us up saying, hey, I'm going to be in Orlando. Where do I watch the game at?
I told him to delete you. Don't go anywhere near you because you're a deviant.
Oh, well, he didn't listen to you. So he ended up showing up. And we saw him for the past 2 matches, and Daniel Gordon actually hooked him up with tickets to the last game, which he also hooked me up as well. And we ended up winning a last-minute winner it was monsooning rain outside. And Femi was there in the supporter section. Definitely, I mean, there's no way he didn't have a blast. It was an incredible time. But yeah, we've spent the last couple weeks with Femi. He's a really good guy.
Yes. Femi sent us a video of him, and he says when he was in the stands, and he went, ask me what the score is, and I couldn't tell you, but the atmosphere is awesome. And then he sent another one. Oh, no, it was Nick saying that you beat New York City 2-1. And Gideon Zelalem, no. He was on the bench for New York City. Did you see him?
No, I did not. I didn't even know he was on their team, to be honest with you.
Damn. Jack 4-3-4-3. That's a great formation. Says Turner is a good keeper. Saved our national team in the Gold Cup against Mexico. That being said, you don't want his first game for Arsenal to be a manure. Okie dokie. What team do you support, Jack? Let us know. I'm a Portland Timbers fan. I used to be a Miami Fusion fan, but then they shut my team down, so I didn't have a team for years. And then I love the Portland Timbers old NASL looking kit. Wonderful looking. There's just asking that. Loki must be going crazy with the tarmac roads and the streetlights. Oh, did a wondrous thing. Right, people, there you go. That is all of it. It's taken us nearly an hour to talk about. There's still 78 of you here. That is wonderful. Thank you very much. If you can give us a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. We've got 55 thumbs up at the moment. I think we had about 80 for the last show, the preview show. That was wonderful. And if you like the show, give it a thumbs up and subscribe maybe. If you use Twitter, we are on Twitter, the AFC Podcast. And let us know. Send us a message and we will follow you back. Otherwise, we don't know whether you're a goon or not, because quite a lot of people don't have anything to in their bio that says Arsenal, which I always find very strange. Rudy's got some more quotes. He says, Mikel Arteta, the goal of Gabby Martinelli, I think it's a really difficult technique. The height of the ball, the angle he's getting, the way he's approaching the ball, and he still managed to hit the target. We are working on it in our ruthlessness all of the time. Chris, how long do you think it's going to be before we do a Liverpool and smash someone 7, 8, 9-0? Because it is coming, isn't it? Someone's going to get a whopping.
I really do feel it, and it could have already happened this season. To be honest, it's like I can't remember who said it earlier, but the amount of chances that we create and don't put away is just astonishing. The fact that we're even getting what we're getting off now is encouraging. But man, even Fulham, I mean, that game should have been out of sight in the first half. We were so good, and I agree. I really think it's just a matter of time. We're playing so well. Once these guys get a little confidence, get a little more goals on their boots, like we're going to be unstoppable for anybody under, I would say the top 6. Anybody that faces us, it's going to be really difficult. And I just can't wait to see us play top opposition and just see how we manage the game against them and how we bring the game to them, if you will. Because, I mean, even last season, before we had the more of a team that Arteta wanted, we played Man City really well. They barely got a win against us. When we played Liverpool, I think we lost 2-0 towards the end, but we bossed them in the first half. And I mean, if you ask me, the future looks nothing but bright. I'm just so excited to see this young team develop and gain more experience.
I agree with you completely. Wise words. Jack is an Atlanta United fan, and they have the biggest stadium in MLS.
They play at NFL Stadium. Whatever. Bye-bye. Sorry, Jack.
There's a name here I've not seen before. Johan Kroos. If there's anybody here who hasn't said anything before we go, we've got a minute before we're going to end the show. Just put something in the chat. Say hello, and I shall give you a hello. What else we got in here? Cheers, Loki. Cheers, Jack. Mr. Waffles, like Danny says, hit like you freeloaders. Need to get you on for a show, Mr. Waffles, if you're not too busy banging out guitars. And Super says, coming soon, STL City in 2023. Oh, is that Seattle?
Yes. St. Louis, maybe. I think it's St. Louis.
See, you lot over there, you have 3-letter words for all of the different places. We don't have that, so I have to try and figure out.
Well, Seattle already has a team, so, process of elimination.
Of course they do. They are the Seattle Sounders, who I hate more than life itself, because they are our Portland's rivals. I hate they're a load of fishwives. I wasn't thinking then. St. Louis. St. Louis. Is it Louis or Louis? Either way, I don't know.
I say St. Louis. I'm pretty sure they're St. Louis too. I don't know.
Okay. Noza says, thanks as usual. # Carpenter out. Wouldn't be the same, Loza, without you giving it a Carpenter out. And Daniel says, good job, lads. Chris, fix your Wi-Fi. Well, you never know. If we a post-game show, if Daniel's got a computer and a camera and decent internet, maybe go around his house and I'll get you both on together.
Hey, that'd be fine. Either way, if you want to just get him or get me with him, that's fine. I mean, we've never had issues before, so I really think there's something. We've had a lot of really bad storms in the area lately, and once again, I really apologize about the inconvenience. Don't
you worry about it. You've been delightful. Right, people, that is the end of the show. If you want to follow Chris on the Twitter, it's The Lion Gooner. He's a very interesting follow, and if you follow him, I follow him on Instagram. There's just pictures of him constantly being stuck down holes, knee deep in mud, and you love it, don't you?
Yeah, well, the pay is not great, but it's a fun job.
Good. Right, that is it. Anything you want to say to our beautiful listeners before you go, Chris?
I love you all. Up the Arsenal, and let's come on, you Gunners. I don't know. I'm a little drunk.
What a way to end the show. Before we go, one quick thing. Arsenal are top of the league. Look at that, people. And if you are at home on the bus, taking the dog for a walk, if you're driving in your car, stick your head out the window, give it a honk, 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 and Arteta in. Whatever it is you do. I don't know. I'm easily pleased. Right, we will see you tomorrow for a live podcast. It's going to be Chris, and he's kept it secret. I don't know who he's got on. I've got no idea. And if there are any major transfers tomorrow, I will do a live show immediately as soon as I see it. but I won't be getting up till about 4 o'clock. So if Arsenal don't sign anybody before 4 p.m. UK time, wait until I'll let Gazidis know. It's not Gazidis isn't there anymore, is it? I will let Mikel know when I'm up, and then they will announce the transfers. Some audacious stunt. Oh, before we go, who do you want us to sign tomorrow? If you could sign a couple of players or position-wise.
I like the Mudryk guy, Mudryk, I believe it. He's cheap, and I think he's very good, and he's 21. And
is that Ukrainian fellow with the blonde hair?
Yes.
Oh, he's got skills.
And I don't think he would demand first-team football, so we could have some rotation there. And I also like I was talking to someone at the pub about Danilo, and he sounds really good. He plays as a 6 in midfield, so I would like those two guys, please.
Well, look, we'll see what we can do, and we will leave you with this photo of these two fine gentlemen at the game today, and Nick boozing and a schmoozing with the Arsenal podcast royalty. Thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. Not sure, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. Nobody really knows. Here was the outro video. Thank you very much, Chris. You've been wonderful.
Thank you, Danny.
And we will see you later. Bye-bye.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I was just eating a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at it. So when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle. Never in doubt.